Hey, what's up? It's Andy from Fall Out Boy. You're watching iHeartRadio Ask Anything Chat. Thanks to Romeo and Most Requested Live for having me tonight. Our new song is We Didn't Start the Fire. Let's go. All right, the first question is from Terry from Marco Island, Florida. If you could pick any FOB song for Billy Joel to cover, which one are you picking? What a Catch, Johnny. I think it'd be really cool. One of my favorite songs of ours. It'd be fun to watch him do it. Tracy from Naples, Florida asks, if you had a talk show, who would be your first guest? I'd have to say Metallica, because they're my favorite band. Would be cool to get some advice and tips and tricks. Lars, obviously, is the reason I play drums, so there you go. Bridget from Northern Virginia. You guys are my favorite band ever. Thank you. Quick question. Who came up with the name Tour Dust? With a 2. I think it wrote itself. It's a sequel, so you got to have 2 in there. Makes sense. M from Houston, Texas. Fall Out Boy as a group has a pretty broad sonic range. Are there any sounds or effects that you really like doing but don't often get the chance to use in your music? Not really. I think anything I'd want to do that I don't get to do, I can do in other more metallic hardcore bands I do. I think doing some more double bass stuff in this would be really fun, but I get to add it live, little fills here and there, parts just for fun once in a while. So I think for me personally, I'm sure the other guys would have different answers to that, but we all collaborate on songs, so it really is everything. It is each of us. Paula from Boston, Massachusetts. What era of the band do you think you wore the best outfits? I'd have to say now, because I think you look back at eras past and the only thing you can do is cringe, because, you get 5-10 years out and everything's pretty crappy looking back, and then maybe give it 20-30 years and it's cool again. So, but yeah, I think I'm most comfortable now. I look back at some of those early outfits and I don't know what I was thinking. Nicole from Lexington. What is your must-have item in your bag? Ooh, that's a good one. I think toiletry bag is obviously most important. The one I need. If I don't have anything else, I can kind of grab it. Although I guess I can grab toothpaste and shampoo and stuff. So what's the thing I need? Probably either my Switch or my Nintendo 2DS or my iPad mini, because that's what I'm doing most of the day when I'm not playing a show or warming up or practicing. Also, my Tier CXT1 trainer shoes, my CrossFit shoes. Those are great. Sydney from Ramona, California. If Fall Out Boy had to play an entire show with another band's set list, what band would you want it to be? I think you all know by now. For me, that would be Metallica, my favorite band. Also Slayer, could do that. There's a lot of bands that I could happily play their set list instead of ours. But Metallica, I think, is number one for me. Karen from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. When are you guys headed back to Milwaukee? Well, I think you know by now, we're headed back pretty soon. Spring tour next year. Though you're from Winston-Salem, so, what's your interest in Milwaukee? That's my hometown. Just kidding. That's awesome. First time playing Five Star Forum, so I'm very excited about that. Eden from Oxford, UK. What was your favorite Magic 8 Ball song to play on tour? When did you guys finally come to the realization that you have a fan base that appreciates as much as you do with your own idols? What is that? That appreciates as much as you do with your own idols. You mean the songs? I don't know. I think we wanted part of the set where we could just change up the song every night. I think the initial plan maybe wasn't every night would be a new song, but it quickly became that way because we did 3 in a row and it was just so much fun. People seemed to really dig it. And we really loved it because, we got to learn songs we've never played before, songs we've always wanted to play, songs we've only played once or twice. And then you guys just seem to love it and go off. It was a really exciting part of the set for both of us, hopefully. But yeah, I think my favorite, that's tough. I think that's just my favorite spot in the set. I think there's not one song because we did so many on the last tour that um, I don't know. That alone was the most fun. I'd have to say 27 though. That's one of my favorite songs of ours. EXO as well is a lot of fun, but really they've all been so much fun to play. Pavlov, because we've never played it. We've never even really recorded it. So that was cool. So yeah, it's hard to say. There's just too many. Carla from Linz, Austria. I love the new album so much for Stardust. Will you do another music video? For Heaven, Iowa, maybe? That's my favorite. That's probably my favorite song too. And if we do, I would love it to be that. I don't know yet. Hopefully. We'll see. Ray from Charleston, West Virginia. What's the hardest part about being in a touring band? People always make it seem like touring is this amazing thing that they love doing, but is it really that? I think that's different for everyone in the band and probably everyone in every band. For me, that's true. I love it. It's what I want to do for the rest of my life. It's what I've always loved. I love being, in all these different places in the world with my best friends, getting to try different coffee, try to track down different vegan restaurants, especially if it's like a place you wouldn't expect to have a really good vegan place, and then they have the best vegan place you've ever been to. And then obviously playing shows, in the different crowds that you get. And, there's just a universal language with music that I think kind of penetrates everywhere, and brings everyone together in this really powerful way. But I think it can be tough. It can be hard, missing my fiance, missing my dogs, missing home, missing, being around the people I love, missing being in, the routine that I get when I'm back home for a period of time can be hard to leave, just because it's comfortable and it's nice. And I'd imagine the other guys feel the same way, missing family, missing home. That part can be hard. And I don't know, I think being with, the band is family, so that makes it all worth it to me. Anna Ray from Waterville, New York. What has been the easiest, hardest song to play drums for? Wow. Easiest is, I don't even know. Hardest song is definitely 8-ball songs because we learn them day of. So that's a lot. It became, by the end of it, a lot of songs kind of have in your head and try to push each, the previous ones out to bring a new one in. But then we were also kind of repeating some of them in different spots in the set. I'd say stuff from Take This Your Grave, because I was a younger man playing, some crazier stuff. Dead on Arrival. But that's not really true because those songs are kind of ingrained in me in a way. So that is tough. Might be Gin Joints. I think it's Gin Joints. Yeah, there's just a part in that, if that's the song, that's kind of tough. It's not too bad. It's mainly just how many songs there were, remembering all the parts for each song, and not, having a part from another song kind of pop in while I'm playing one and confusing me, which hasn't happened, thankfully, but I'm always afraid that it will. There's this part of me that feels like, is there a point I reach having so many songs that I've learned where I just shut down and forget everything? It's never happened. I don't think it will, but it's kind of like the dream you have when you're late for a performance and, you show up in your underwear or something and you're super embarrassed. It's kind of like that, but yeah, we'll see. Hey, thanks again, Zany from Fall Out Boy, if you forgot. Thanks to iHeartRadio and the Ask Anything chat. And thanks to Romeo Most Requested Live for having me tonight. Our new song, We Didn't Start the Fire. Thanks.